What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the M Brothers podcast. We are your host. I'm Christian, and as always,
Danny.
is
I,
that
I haven't, gotten it just yet.
I was about to say, was that it? Because that was horrible.
That was not it. Okay.
Fucking terrible. But yeah. All right. Well, welcome back to the show, guys.
Yes, welcome back. Hope you guys had a good week.
Hope you guys are taking your proteins and working out like usual.
Yeah.
I worked out today, as we did. Remember how I thought I fucked up my back?
Yeah.
Yep, fucked it up. Just fucked it up. And I kind of felt it, but I was like, nah, I'm like, stop being a bitch.
Yeah.
Yep, not being a bitch fucked me up. But I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Still gonna go back. Do shoulders. Hopefully not die.
How does it feel right now
As I'm sitting, it's a little tight, but it's nothing where it's like an agonizing pain. It's a little hard to bend down, and coming back up, it's a little hard too.
Yeah.
But the show must go on, right?
Yeah.
Can't really do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Got to work tomorrow. Ain't nothing stopping.
Yeah. Plus, we already took a week off the show. We can't take another week off.
That's true.
But
how was your week working wise?
week was good. Went to the gym. I think it was like 5 days,
Nice.
maybe 6. I don't even remember.
Uh-huh.
Hit everything. Did my cardios. Music been good.
So since you're back on the music, what have you been listening to? Like, what gets you like pumped to? What's the shit that you listen to before you get to the gym, and what's the shit that you listen to during?
Sometimes there's honestly on the way to the gym. Sometimes I don't even play anything.
No, just like radio or something.
Either the radio or whatever's been playing already, or if it's the podcast that's been on, or
Okay.
I don't really get myself hyped on the way to the gym.
Why?
I don't know. It's
Am I the weird one then?
no, I think I'm the weird one.
Sometimes I put on like a YouTube or like just put on like some rock music
Yeah.
to get it going. Different variety of rock. Then when I get to the gym, it's like either System of the Down or Slipknot, or sometimes I go to like the underground YouTube metal head shit
Yeah.
that's going on.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. Mine's has been an array of things. Like I said, I've just been playing that liked list.
Oh, okay. So it's just everything that you liked?
and everything that I've ever clicked like on.
Yeah.
Stuff from fucking, Zach Bryan to Secondhand Serenade to fucking Daltrey, Coldplay, Taylor Swift, fucking Bruno Mars. Like, it's literally like a little bit of Eminem, NF, like fucking like just random fucking.
Have you gotten into any kind of music that you're just like, I never thought I could get into this?
No.
No? Wow.
If it's good, I'll like it.
See, that's what I thought, but I don't know how some guy at work was playing it, music-wise, music genre, and it was kind of like, not the mumble rap, but that like, that hood rap,
Okay.
like they talk about how they're in the, what was his name? Like King Von. Never thought I'd listen to him, but for some reason, some of his like, the beats behind
Some
it.
of it's pretty catchy.
The beats behind it is when I'm like, man, that it fucking rings in my headphones. So I'm like, man, this is actually pretty good. And then I got into the baby a lot. Yeah, dude, it's like weird.
Are you a person that listens to the music or listens to the song? You know what I'm trying to say, or do you want me to
Elaborate a little bit?
So, are you a person that hears the lyrics and that's what makes you like the song?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you hear the rhythm and the beats and everything else? And then you'll listen to the lyrics every now and again, but you could be singing along to the lyrics and not know a single word that you just said, pretty much.
I think I'm more of I could be listening the song more. Like, I like to sing the lyrics, but when they kind of sing fast, that's where I'm like, man, that's my shit right there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I like when growing up, I never was into like Twister was one of the fast ones.
Yeah.
And I just never liked them. But as I got older, that fast pace singing or rapping or whatever,
Yeah.
that's when it started. Like that shit started actually like sounding sick to me, and I think that's why I'm like into like Tom McDonald or Chris Webby. Those are fast rappers. And then I got into Tech Nine. Well, my first start was Tech Nine, one of the fastest fucking rappers out there. I don't know if you ever listened to him. Yeah. So he's really fast when he wants to be. Got into him, then I started finding all these other fast rappers. And yeah, I guess that's what started getting me into an opening of more music. All that fast rap.
Because sometimes I find myself listening to something and I can know every single word of the song.
Yeah.
And I will know a single thing that I just said pretty much. Until I start listening to it, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's spitting. Like, there's actually some good shit in here. And the whole time I'm just listening to the song and being able to enjoy it without actually knowing what they're saying.
Right.
Like, I'm not putting it together, you know?
Yeah.
What they're actually talking about.
Yeah, sometimes they're just like, that was like, you hear them say it, like in the, like I said, for instance, like one of King Von's songs. He's talking about how, like, some big guy got out of his car thinking it was hard. And then when he hit Von, he pulled out his pistol and shot him twice. And but how he obviously worded it, I'm like, motherfucker, that shit go hard. And I'm just like, yeah. And then, right. And I'm like, I'm singing along with it 3 times ago when I listened to it. And then now I actually finally listen. And I'm just like, man, that shit, it's like, as fucked up as it sounds, that shit could be true someday.
Yeah.
That shit could happen to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what it's been. Just a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes the wrong song will play and I'll just skip it, you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
I won't let it play everything that's on there.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, nope. I'm like, I don't know. I've gotten to a point where, like, some of the songs that I've liked, I still like them.
Right.
I just don't want to listen to them anymore.
Right.
You know?
You when somebody says, man, you heard the song? I'm like, oh, yeah, I heard that a long time ago. Yeah. But you're not going to be like, man, let me go to this song.
Yeah, like, let me play it.
Yeah,
you know?
if it's like, if you're in the car and it comes on,
and,
you'll probably sing along with it.
Right. But I'm not going to
Or
choose
you're going to skip it.
to play it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. What kind of music do y'all like? Shit.
Yeah, let us know.
If y'all have any
below.
suggestions that we should listen to, tell us. Send some messages.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, speaking of the gym too, I've been wanting to get back into protein powders.
A powder?
But
one that won't kill you?
I'm trying. Dude, you know how many not messages, but comments I'm leaving on people who talk about protein and shit like that? On any suggestions on like peanut free or tree nut free because I got the tree nut allergy. And like out of the 5, one person replied. Womp womp womp. And
did you get any suggestions?
Nope, no suggestion.
Damn.
He basically said they're all usually like that. If not, it's usually peanut butter flavor. I'm like, I'm not understanding this. So I'm just going to move on from this conversation.
Give him the like.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I did. I'm
Appreciate
like,
you.
all right, thank you for at least acknowledging me. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? I can't find a protein I can't find a peanut free protein.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Honestly, you would think that with the array of peanut allergies that like are around the world, that a company would have made one that's
something.
That's like, you know,
yeah,
peanut free or nut free or whatever.
I'm not saying we have a billion fucking like subscribers, but man, if anybody's willing out there to actually send me something, I'll be happy to try it and put it on here. Like no problems at all.
Or just let them know. You know, we'll get it.
Or just like, hey, if you want to like try our stuff, I'll still try it on here even if I have to buy it. Because at that point, it's still beneficial for me.
Yeah, if it works.
Yeah, if it works.
And if not, if he has allergic reaction here, then well, hey.
Then hey.
Content.
Content of me dying?
It's fucked up. Just bring your pill or whatever.
Yeah.
But, so as you guys know, I've been trying to date. You know, as I've said for the last 37 episodes, 38 episodes or whatever.
Jesus. Sorry.
Get the invitation to the wedding if y'all want to go.
Oh shit. That's why you got an invitation now.
Anyways, besides that, so I was on the app, and a couple weeks ago I talked about the little catfish story or whatever.
Right. Did somebody have to? Oh, I'm like, oh no, I don't know why I got to gay excited. Like, did somebody actually message you?
No. So okay,
okay.
I matched with somebody, right?
Okay.
This just happened a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Matched with somebody, and again, I've just been very, very skeptical of these profiles. If they're not verified, automatically, I'm like, red flag. It's so easy to get verified. Like, all you have to do is click verify, and you take another picture of your face pretty much from like 3 different angles to assure that it's you, and you get the little check mark that it's you.
Uh-huh. So there's where if you see that they're not verified, then
it automatically kind of puts a little red flag up in my head.
Okay.
Because I'm like, it's so easy to do. Excuse me. And takes like 30 seconds. Why wouldn't you want to verify that you're real on a dating profile?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, and I'm at the point where I'm just sending out likes. If I find the girl attractive, I just send the like. So I get a match, right? And she messages me, and we're messaging back and forth. Oh, what do you like to do? What kind of things are you into? La-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Then I'm still scrolling on the app. I'm still sending out likes. And off jump, like I said, I'm already skeptical of this bitch.
Because she didn't verify.
Because she wasn't verified, and I don't know, just something about the nature of everything just kind of threw me off, I'm already on high alert as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm scrolling, I see a picture-perfect match of the exact same profile that I'm currently matched with. Like, picture for picture, phrase for phrase. They just organize them a little bit differently. Same photos, same prompts, everything. So I'm like, let me send this one a like too.
This guy, just
to be a little dick. So I send out the like, and she's still messaging me on the other profile. And she asks me a question. She asks like, what are some things I like to do or something like that. So I start messaging. I'm like, oh, I like to do this, that, and the other. And then I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, you know what? I just saw the exact same profile as you as I was scrolling through the app. How funny is that?
What the fuck?
Send it out. Unmatches me.
No way.
Yeah. I'm like, I knew you were fucking fake.
You fake motherfucker. You
could have played it off. Could have been like, oh my god, like, is somebody trying to impersonate me? La da da. Or just like, fuck, I've been caught.
Like, nah, motherfucker, you trying to impersonate somebody else.
And they just unmatched me. I'm like, wow.
I thought I found love.
I'm like, there's so many fake accounts on this shit now.
Of course. Because then people fall in love. Like, oh my god, baby, send me $500, please. My car's broke down.
Hawk tool and spit on that.
What the hell? What's wrong with you?
So that was a little funny thing that happened to me just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a dickhead because I'm not the best looking guy, I'm not the fittest guy right now. I'm trying, but I'm not the fittest. And I'm like, the likes that people send me, I'm like, these can't be the people that like me.
Why? Damn, I know.
Listen to what I just said.
Okay, again. I understand that, but
listen to
I think I'm fucking ugly. But supposedly, all like
no. You're thinking about it in a good way. I'm thinking, there's no way you could think that I would match with you
because they're so good looking.
No, I'm saying,
oh, okay, wow, that's fucked up.
Again, I'm not the most attractive person, and I'm never gonna lead anyone on or be a dickhead about it. But Some of these likes got me thinking I'm fucking ugly or something. They know where you got this much confidence.
Well, they're trying. Shit.
They're gonna dog me in the comments.
I'm just saying. You never know. What's a quick try?
I'm good.
What's a one night stand?
I don't do one night stands.
You gay?
I'm Ted.
Yeah.
Ted doesn't do one night stands.
Even though he did like a few of them, right?
How'd it work out?
They climb out the fucking fire escape.
They leave a pineapple.
They leave a pineapple. Nobody knows where that pineapple came from.
You know, there's a deleted scene that shows where the pineapple came from.
No.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. That's not what this episode's about.
Both my sisters, I'm texting them right now. They both just said, "Tell the pod we said what's up," so they'll hear this tomorrow.
All right. You got anything else before we get into the main topic?
No.
Of today's episode.
No. Let's get into the main topic.
So today's main topic is gonna be So yesterday I saw It Ends With Us, starring with Alexis. So if you're uncomfortable with, any forms of domestic violence or physical and verbal abuse or anything like that,
keep on listening because we're not gonna hit you.
and you don't want to listen, then thank you guys for being here. But we're gonna talk about that for a little bit because it is a very real thing. Even though it was a movie, this stuff happens to a lot of people. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to make light of it. We may make some jokes about it.
I'm going to make jokes. I'm sorry.
Might make jokes about it.
He said might.
So, yeah. If you want to stick around, go ahead. You've been warned. If you get offended by the jokes, just keep it to yourself.
You could just keep on scrolling.
Yeah. Okay.
So how was the movie?
So I went into it not knowing very much about the movie. Mm. I went into it having seen a few clips on TikTok. Jackie had told us about it a little bit. She said she cried.
Did she know what it was about?
She knew what it was about.
Okay.
So Alexis knew what it was about too. I knew it was about domestic violence, and I knew about a couple other things.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this movie at all.
So I walk into the movie. Movie starts. The movie overall was good. I give it a solid. I give it a solid 7.
Nice.
For what it.
You compared it with Deadpool. Solid 7.
Different scales.
Piece of shit.
Different scales.
Oh shit. No, go ahead. Continue.
Different scales. So off jump, the movie starts right. It's Blake Lively who's the main character. It's her dad's funeral. And again, I went into it not really knowing much, so I'm coming into it from a point of view of just watching this movie, right? So she's supposed to be giving the eulogy. She's supposed to be giving out, talking about her dad, things that she loves about him. She gets on stage, and she can't think of anything at all. So I'm like, damn, you can't think of 5 nice things to say?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's more to it. So she walks off the stage. And she doesn't say anything. She finds herself on like a little rooftop patio thing, just, reminiscing, thinking about life. It's late at night. And in comes the co-star, who is played by the guy from Jane the Virgin, who you've seen a picture of and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're the main two. He comes in, and he is heated. Like, he doesn't see that she's there. They're on the roof. And he just kicks the chair. First red flag. But I'm thinking, okay, something happened. We've all had little outbursts of anger or pain or whatever. We just need to let it out. Just relief. So then they see each other. He calms down. He's like, I'm sorry you had to see that. And then they start talking about each other's day and what's been going on. And he tells her, he's like, I had a surgery today where a 6-year-old little boy found his dad's gun, and he accidentally shot his little brother. And, we tried to do everything, but we couldn't save the child. That plays an important role later on in the story. So they're telling each other about their day, and this dude is bold. They're like flirting back and forth, and he's like, "I want to have sex with you."
I like it.
She's like, "What?" He's like, "I want to have sex with you right now." And he's so suave and smooth. I'm thinking he's such a good guy, even though he's a little player. Um, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not that type of girl. I'm the type of girl you bring home to your mom." And he's like, "Well, I'm not interested in love. I'm just interested in,
Fucking.
fucking." So they're like flirting. He's like, "Well, how far would you let me go?" And she's like, "Well, I guess you have to find out." So he's, they're fucking around. He's like teasing her and stuff. Then he gets a phone call. He's got to go. And she is dripping. She's wet. You can just tell. She wanted it.
What the fuck? Thought she was at take home. See that you see women fucking liars.
So
no, when you take home, nah, bitch.
So she's opening up a flower shop. Her name is Lily Blossom Bloom. She's opening up a flower shop.
Saw that coming a mile away.
So she's opening a flower shop. She gets like a little building, and in comes some third character who ends up being the sister of the guy. She doesn't know that yet. So they're working together. They're getting the place cleaned up. They're, a little montage ensues of them cleaning up and setting everything up. That's been a few months. This movie fucking takes place over the course of like fucking years.
Damn.
In comes him, and they're like, "Oh, we meet again." La, da, da, da. I'm not gonna give you the whole movie. I could, but that'll take all day. So they start dating. They all go out. They're still flirting back and forth. There's multiple parties. There's multiple events where they're at together. To the point where they finally decide, let's give this a shot. The sister warns her. She's like, "Look, he's my brother, and I've seen how he treats women, and he's not the relationship type of person." So in that moment, he takes it upon himself to be like, "You know what? She's right, but I want to date you. I don't want to just mess around. I want you to be my girlfriend." She says yes, and everything's going so smooth. Everything's going perfect. I'm like, damn, this looks like a really good, perfect relationship. Like, this is the first girl that he's ever loved. This is the first time that he's ever been into like a little relationship and stuff like that. I'm like, I can see, I'm getting myself invested into these characters. I'm like, I see a little bit of myself in this relationship, And flashbacks ensue where she's a teenager. They're in high school, senior year. And it's her first love that they're showing back and forth. How they meet, stuff that ensues. They get really close. And the whole time they're playing those flashbacks because the third guy character is going to eventually come into play. So that's her first love. He went away to the military. They lost contact. And she has a tattoo right here of like a heart that she got for him, pretty much. So the whole time he's asking her, like, "What does this heart mean? What does this heart mean?" She's like, "Oh, it means nothing. It means nothing." Whole time, heart's for her ex-boyfriend.
Right.
So there's a scene where they're cooking and he's has something in the oven. So he like they're messing around in the kitchen, making out. And she's like, "Oh, your food's gonna burn." He's like, "Ah, yeah, it's fine." A smoke alarm starts going off. He's like, "Fuck." He goes to grab the stuff. He doesn't use that oven mitt. She's like, "Are you gonna grab that without an oven mitt?" He grabs it, burns himself, and instinctively, like, she goes to comfort him, and he, wow,
Spinning back face on
spinning
her
back
ass.
this on her ass. So she falls to the floor, obviously, and
Oh, so yeah, he burned himself, right?
he burned himself.
Yeah.
And in the view that they give us, it looks like it's an accident.
Yeah.
And coming from someone who knows nothing about the movie, I'm like, "Oh, it was an accident," Like,
Yeah.
instinct took over, and you're just like, "Fuck," and you accidentally smack your girl. So he immediately starts getting into like comfort mode, like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and she's like, "Fuck," because her dad used to beat her mom,
Mm-hmm.
so she's comes from a background of domestic violence, And that's how she reacts at first. She's like, oh, don't touch me. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then she starts like, oh, like it was an accident.
Yeah.
It's okay. And while that happens, he cuts his hand on the glass that fell too. So he's hurt. She's hurt. They get each other cleaned up. Whatever. They forget about it. They go to dinner. And at dinner, the restaurant that they end up going to is owned by her ex-boyfriend. So he ends up seeing her there, they catch up or whatever. And then he sees her black eye. Now, he also comes from a family where the stepdad used to beat the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And they bonded over that,
Yeah.
So he saw her black eye, and she was trying to hide it the whole time. So she didn't even make it seem like it was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
She made it seem like, fuck, I don't want you to see this because I know how you're going to react or whatever.
Yeah.
He sees the black eye. He sees his hand. It's all wrapped up. He puts two and two together, right?
Right.
He walks away. She runs after him, like in a low-key way. She's like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. He confronts her in the bathroom. He's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not what you think. It was an accident. He's like, oh, it was an accident, huh? Like, it's always an accident first. And, they're going back and forth. She's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, she's like, I'm not going to turn into your mother.
Oh,
and
shit.
he's like, no, but you're turning into yours.
Damn.
He's like, leave him. He's like, because this is going to continue to happen.
Mm.
And she's like, no, you don't understand. It was just an accident. Nothing happened. She's like, let me get out of the bathroom. So he's, all right, I'm going to move. As soon as they open the door,
Old boy standing there.
Old boy standing right there.
Dang.
And he's like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? And she's like, oh, this is Atlas, which is the ex-boyfriend's name.
Right.
He's like, Atlas, the dude that you wasted your virginity on?
Damn.
And then, boy, Atlas jumps. Boy, he grabs his ass, throws him against the wall. He's like, if you ever fucking touch her again, I'll chop your fucking hand off and shove it up your ass or whatever.
Oh, shit.
And then they start fighting. I think his name is Raj. I forget his name. Don't quote me. They start fighting. He hits him back. He throws him against the wall. Then the other guy fucking up in the stomach. Then they pull them apart. And he's like, get the fuck out of my restaurant. Get the fuck out of my restaurant. And the whole time, I'm just like, damn. Like, this dude on site with this motherfucker. Like, that's a real dude right there. Because like, he didn't even wait for the story. He was just like, you hit her.
That's it?
It's it. I'm beating your ass. And she runs after her boyfriend. I mean, rightfully so.
Okay.
And because in her perspective, still, it was just an accident.
Yeah.
So he runs after him, and he's like, you know what? Like, if I'm not what you want, if you want old dude or whatever, she's like, just tell me right now, because like I can't do this, and like I can't, like I just can't.
Right.
She's like, no, it's you I want. I love you. I love you. Love you. He's like, all right, then that's it. Promise me like that there's nothing going on. It's over, and we can move on. We can move past this.
Right.
She's like, there's nothing going on. I promise. So, Atlas shows up to her flower shop later on to apologize about the whole thing, and he gives her his number. No, he gives her his number.
Yeah.
Right. Puts it in a little card and puts it inside her phone in her case. He's like, if you ever need this, or if this ever happens again, just call me.
Right.
He's like, it's gonna be here. If you ever need me, call me. Atlas is a dude, boy. That motherfucker.
He's sneaky with it too. He's smart with it. He didn't put it in the name.
And nothing like that,
Yeah, he didn't put it in the phone. He put it behind the case.
See a lot of myself in him. Like there was good, like the chemistry and everything was so good between the characters that I was like, damn. Take me home and shit.
Damn.
But
gay. But yeah, how did it?
So, a couple months go by. She still gets the number in there, right? And she tells her husband at the time now, because now they're married. They got married.
Okay.
She's like, can you go charge my phone? You hear him drop the phone, right? And then you hear a fucking, like, a big smash. She runs into the room. She's like, what happened? She's like trying to comfort him. He's on the bed with his hands on his head. The lamp's on the floor. And he's like, I went to go charge your phone, and I dropped it. She's like, okay. It's like, and the case came off. She's like, fuck.
Oh, she remembered.
That the number wasn't there. He's like, a card fell out, and I called the number. He's like, you promised me that you were done talking to him, that there was nothing. She's like, no, it was nothing. Like, like I promised, like I never talked to him. La, da, da, da. She's like, please, like, and he's like, I can't do this right now. Like, don't touch me. He's like, leave me alone. I just need some space right now. So she keeps following him. He's like, leave, like, stop. Like, please just leave me alone.
Yeah.
They walk out of the building and the stairs are right there. And again, from the point of view that they're filming everything at, it looks like she tries to grab him and he moves out of the way and she just falls down the stairs. So she falls down the stairs. And then it fast forward to him stitching her up. And he's trying to gaslight her, being like, she's like, what happened? He's like, you tripped down the stairs. He's like, you were trying to come after me and you just lost your footing and you just fell. He's like, but we're all good. You're okay. He starts doing his little doctor thing because he's a doctor. He's like, do you know who you are? This and that.
Yeah.
How many fingers am I holding up? And now she's kind of getting a little like, did I really fall? And boom, they squash everything. Everything's good again. As most abusive relationships are,
Yeah.
It goes bad, then it goes good. It goes bad, then it's good. And now her flower shop gets noticed in the paper, pretty much. It's in the top 10 places to visit in their town or whatever.
Yeah.
And she makes the top 10 list. So she's having like a little celebratory dinner for them at the house. He shows up. He's all happy. He has a glass of wine. He has the magazine. And she's like, oh, you saw the magazine? He's like, yeah, congratulations. They start making out again in the kitchen. And he's like, he's like, here, read it to me. And she's like, no, I don't like reading these things, I'm embarrassed. She's like, read it.
Oh, shit.
She's like, okay. She starts reading. He's like, no, not that one. Read number 1. Number 1's the dude's restaurant. The ex-boyfriend's restaurant. She starts reading it. He's like, no, skip to the last paragraph. He's like, you remember when you told me that heart meant nothing? And he brings up the heart in the thing. He's doing it's a quote from him. And they ask, why did you name the restaurant Roots? That's the name of the restaurant. He's like, oh, well, I was dating this girl in high school, and something that she said to me really resonated with me, and she really loved flowers, and, roots was a key thing of the thing that we talked about. He's like, I even carved her like a little wooden heart out of the tree that we would go to, which was the same heart that she had tattooed on her.
Yeah.
And they ask him in the paper, have you ever seen her again since that day? He's like, yes, actually I have seen her, So he's like, you fucking lied to me again.
Damn. The way he says it, the way he's saying it.
Right there, he gets like real fucking, I'm fucking shaking. Because I'm like, this dude is pissing me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking. So you could just tell, like, the look on his face and the way he just is telling her, he's like, read it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, read it again. Like, you fucking lied to me, this and that. And she's like, just like, no, like, it was nothing. I swear. He's like, oh, it was nothing? He's like, yeah. She's like, do you love him? She's like, I don't know.
Oh, shit.
He's like, thank you for being honest with me. I'm like, okay, it's over. It wasn't over.
He's fucking had dope kiss her and shit.
No, like he starts like trying to like kiss her to make up, and she's like, okay, like just stop, like I'm not in the mood anymore, like just,
yeah.
Can we just stop? He just keeps going further. He takes her into the living room and stuff like that. He starts pinning her down. He starts biting the little heart area and stuff like that. And she's like, stop. He's not stopping. She gets away. It's never confirmed or denied if they did, Mm-hmm. She says he didn't. And she runs. She gets in the car, and she goes to the restaurant. And dude's there, and he's just like, fuck, So he comforts her and stuff like that. She goes to stay with him for the night. He takes her to the hospital to make sure that there's nothing wrong, you know,
Yeah.
nothing's happened. And you know, they confirm everything's okay, but then turns out that she's pregnant.
Oh shit.
So now she's got a child by this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, she starts replaying everything that happened. And then it flashes to a different perspective of everything. You can see when he burns his hand, he looks at her, he looks at himself, and he smacks her.
Yeah.
You know, on purpose.
Oh shit.
And then it flashes back to the stairs, you know. And she doesn't lose her footing. She's in front of him. He grabs her and he throws her down the stairs.
I'm sorry for laughing. I'm sorry.
So, as all these different angles and perspectives are coming out, you see how he was actually acting.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's starting to put everything together. She's like, fuck, like, I turned into the thing that I said I would never turn into, which was her mother, you know?
Right.
Being okay with sticking around with someone that treats you like this, because there's so many good little moments that make you kind of forget or put your own twist on how things actually happened.
Yeah.
So
is that what this movie's about? Majority?
So that's pretty much what the movie is about.
I'm like, hearing it, there's not a lot of like abuse in it, but it shows like all the little things.
Yeah, it shows like the little
that
things
cover up the abuse.
Yeah, you know, it shows how people are, how abusers kind of are, and how they can camouflage into being like the perfect person. Because on the outside, he looks like the perfect person. He looks like a great person to be in a relationship
doctor,
with.
basically.
Yeah,
and all
you know.
that shit. Yeah.
So, anyways, they get a divorce. She has the baby. It turns out that the story he told her in the beginning about the 6-year-old boy killing her brother was actually him when he was a kid.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I guess that night he was just overwhelmed by it again because he never got over it. I mean, who can really get over something like that, you know?
Right.
Being the person that caused it. And they have the kid. She asks him for a divorce as they're holding the baby, after she gives birth. And he's like, we can fix this. So she's like, look at your daughter. They have a little girl. It's like, what would you tell her if she came to you and said, Daddy, my boyfriend or my husband smacks me when he gets upset, or he pushed me down the stairs, but he said it'll never happen again.
Yeah,
it's okay. Or how would you feel if her husband pinned her down and she told him to stop, and he kept going until she hit him and got away?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, fuck. He's like, I would beg her to leave him. She's like, so grant me this fucking divorce. He's like, okay. Which props to
motherfucker, that got me heated.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Man, that fucking pissed me off. Sorry.
No, hey, you're good. This is how a lot of people, and you didn't even watch the movie. But thinking about this type of shit, like I was shaking in the fucking movie theater. I didn't cry or anything like that, but I was like fucking.
Yeah, it could. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's one of those where like really when you have a kid and you start thinking about shit like that, you're willing to just kill. You're willing to just do everything and anything to just protect them. So, and how they put it like that, it's like it's some shit right there.
Obviously, it's just a story, but he grants her the divorce, and in a lot of cases they wouldn't have. You know, the guy would have been like, "No, I'm not." You know, but he did it.
Mm-hmm.
A couple years go by, you know, going back to like when she was at Atlas's place and he dropped her back off after the night. He was hugging her, and he told her, he was like, it was a bar. I'm telling you. He's like, if you ever find yourself capable of loving someone again, come love me.
Oh shit!
Like, come fall in love with me.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, that's a bar. But years go by again because I told you the movie takes place like just years. And they find themselves. She finds herself, you know, like at a park with like a little pop up shop or whatever. Like it looked like a little farmer's market or whatever.
Nice.
Sees Atlas there. They walk up to each other. She's like, "Oh, are you seeing anybody?" He's like, "Not yet." Like, bar again, boys. She's like, "Good," you know. And then it's kind of implied that they kind of end up together at the end and stuff like that.
Right.
So that was pretty much the movie in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And there was just people in there. I'm guessing it resonated to a lot of people, you know. Just as yourself, you just got a little bit emotional and you didn't even, you know.
I didn't even see it.
People were in there bawling, dude, like snot bubbles and stuff like that. Like, there was a point where like I'm watching the movie and the scene is getting me, it's touching me, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm not hearing a lot of crying in here or whatever. I'm thinking this to myself. And
Yeah.
Not even 3 seconds later, just
it's
I'm just like, damn. Okay.
yeah.
But it was a pretty good movie. Obviously, if you can't handle that kind of stuff, I wouldn't recommend you watch it. But it's a solid movie.
Yeah.
And the fucked up thing is that as I was watching it, I saw myself in both of these characters. Not the abusive side, because I've never fucking hit anybody, and I've never
hit a woman.
Yeah. And I've never done anything like that, but
Right.
like I saw myself where like he was getting jealous. I'm like, fuck, I used to do shit like that. Like I used to get jealous like that.
Really?
Like if they were talking to someone else where I knew they had a history or something like that, like I would get so
I would get jealous.
I would get so jealous. And I'm like, this is fucking disgusting. As I'm watching it, I'm like, did I really act like that before? I'm like, God.
I don't think we did that.
I mean,
like
not
that's
not to that level, but even just the like little ways he was acting, I'm like, ew, you know.
yeah.
And then I also saw myself in the other character, whereas like he was just trying to be good to her, even though she didn't necessarily, even though they weren't together or anything like that, just because they had a past, and he never stopped loving her, you know. And as someone that's always gonna be there and stuff like that, I was like, damn, I see myself in this character too and shit. But it just got me thinking. I was just like, fuck, man. Like, I hope I'm never that person for somebody, or I hope I was like never that for somebody, you know. Go ahead.
No. Fine.
But that got me thinking into like, you know, different kinds of abuse that you can have, or like different relationships, and how it may look good on the outside, but like you never really know what the fuck is going on in someone's relationship.
Yeah. You never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. It's like, cause there could be physical abuse, but there could be also verbal.
Yeah.
Or like being mentally fucking someone over too. That's crazy. There's a lot of it that goes on like that.
Yeah. Now. No. Okay. Cool. See, we locked in like that.
Yeah.
But have you ever experienced anything in your relationship? Like, have you ever found yourself like
In relationship wise,
like where you're like, fuck, I was kind of toxic, or I was kind of like a, or where the other individual, like your partner, was like this, like thinking back, like this person was a little bit like verbally abusive, or like just didn't appreciate me or anything like that.
So with Diana, the first year we were together, she could tell you the whole thing almost, that the first year we were together, she could say that I was a piece of shit. And I didn't realize it until we actually had that conversation. And I guess the reason why I was a piece of shit, because in that year and a half of time, I was cheated on. And then when I was finding out more during the relationship, I was like, damn, I was this nice fucking guy, and I was getting treated like shit. Then when I did go to someone else, I thought she was someone that I could go to all the time now. And then when she was like, yeah, I don't want to be together no more, and then go with somebody else right after, like that same day, or with that person that before she even broke up with me.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn, what the fuck?
So you were bringing all of that stuff into your next
Yeah.
relationship. Huh?
So I was like, yeah, and then I was just being the person I was. And it was just one of those where I started just getting more cold-hearted, more black-hearted, to the point where when I actually did find someone, I was just like, well, she's gonna leave me too. She's gonna cheat on me too. So let me just be a dick
So
right
you were
now.
kind of self-sabotaging
Yeah.
the relationship
And
before it even started.
And I didn't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't know until you actually have that conversation. And when we talked about it, she told me, she's like, if you don't change up,
It's over.
it's over. Yeah, like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave you. Like, I don't need that because of what she's been through and all
Right.
that. So I'm like, no, that's fair. That's totally fair. So I started changing up. I started being a lot nicer to her. I started kind of doing the whole let me, if I wanted to be talked to this way, or if I wanted, even like my child or daughter, my
Right.
son or daughter, like, do you want somebody to talk to them like that? It's like, so I literally had to start changing my mind, and it took a while. It took legit, like, for me to be nice to her and to kind of change up. It took a whole year until at some point where I started. After that year, I was treating her the best I can, and then after that, I started changing my mind, changing to where, like, even being mad all the time is something that's like, it takes too much energy. And I started taking all that away. And then it's funny too, because about 4, maybe 5 years ago is when I started listening to the Axe and Sledge guy, the Seth Ferosi.
Yeah.
And Ferosi is when I started seeing him. Even before let me rephrase that. Even before I started listening to his podcast and just listening to his Instagrams on what he says and shit like that, I started seeing him in like the bodybuilding motivation things. And the things that he was saying is the kind of things I started resonating towards myself.
Okay.
So that whole like being angry all the time, it's like I got that away. I took that away from myself. The whole having more problems, he literally put in my head, like, you don't have problems. You just got more work to do. And that's why I started living a lot of how I live now. It's like, I don't see it as like, okay, I have a child. Some people see that as a problem.
Right.
Like, no, I just got more work. I got to do more work, put a little bit more time into work, but give her a better life that I could ever have.
Yeah. And I think we spoke about this. It might have been on this podcast, or it might have been on In Time, where Diana was talking about how she talked about your guys' relationship and how
I think it was In Time.
she would always want to argue, and then at that point you were already like, I'm done arguing.
Yeah.
And she had to also kind of switch that mindset of like, we can just talk. Like, we don't have to fucking argue with each other if something's wrong. We can just talk about what the hell's going on.
And it's crazy too, because there's like,
it's fucking flies.
Yeah, the little something, I don't know. Fucking bastard. He came to fuck with you. Get it?
I think so.
Nice. So it's like I'm not saying it that she's saying this in a bad way, because this is what she sees. But she's like not convinced, but she still kind of thinks like she asks me questions like, do you think we'll still ever love each other in like 10 years? Or do you think we'll still ever be attracted to each other in 10 years? Motherfucker, you didn't kill him. And I'm just like, yeah, why do you not think that? She's like, well, because eventually they fall apart. Relationships fall apart. And I'm like, I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to actually keep it alive. It's up to us to keep on going.
Right.
And sometimes you have to like put that mindset of like, you have to, man, it's kind of hard to talk about. Not talk about, but it's kind of hard to put it in words. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
yeah, I mean, you always have to be putting in the work for each other, you know?
Yeah. You have to put in the work.
Every day is not going to be good, you know? You have to take the bad days with the good. And you have to put in the work every single day. And a lot of relationships get stagnant, you know? You have to find new ways to keep the relationship alive.
Yeah.
But it has to be a team effort, you know?
Yeah. It can't just be
One or the other.
one or the other.
And as long as you both want the relationship to continue and work, then
Yeah. And then sometimes you have to act, not saying that you have to find people that are doing a whole lot less than you, but you have to really appreciate the things that you have.
Yeah.
I literally heard a quote today. I heard it and I was like, I want to say this on the podcast. And it works so well right now. The man without shoes is unhappy until he sees the man without feet.
There's a picture that was going around a while ago where there was a guy and he had like a little regular car and he saw another guy in like a luxury car or whatever. He's like, man, I really wish I had that car. Then it shows, the image zooms out and it shows a guy on a bike seeing the guy in the regular car or whatever. He's like, man, I really wish I had a car. Shows a guy walking, seeing the guy on the bike.
Really wish I had a bike.
Shows the guy in a wheelchair, seeing the guy walking, like, man, I really wish I could walk. And it's just like, so it kind of resonates with your quote. I don't know where I'm going with this, but
you always see someone with something better, but there could be always somebody else not having what you even have.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those that you have to sometimes take a step back and be like, I'm thankful for what I have.
Yeah. And it resonates, same thing with like the fitness thing, you know, like we're looking at these people like, man, I really wish I looked like that. Or I really wish I was in that good a shape or whatever. When there's probably someone out there looking at us like, I can't wait to look like that.
Yeah.
You know, because they're in a position where we're the next step in their transformation or whatever.
Yeah. Or like and then it goes to like those videos where you're like, you see people like they're saying like why can't you do like this 10-minute walk or whatever?
Yeah.
And then it fucking goes to another person and it's just like you can't even do a 10-minute walk.
Right.
So it's just like things where you're just like, man, you really have to appreciate what you have.
There was this one
crazy.
guy, I forget what his name was or what the name of his page was, but excuse me, it started he lost weight, and it all started with like 20 steps or something. It's something or along those lines where he would get up, walk 20 paces or whatever, because that's all he could do at the time.
Yeah.
Until he built that up to 50, built that up to 100, built that up to a mile, and kept going and stuff like that. And if you look at that with anything in life, you know, there's nothing that you can't do.
Yeah.
And if you are in that type of relationship and you're scared to get out, you know, there's always people or resources out there that can help you.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources.
Don't stick around just because you're afraid or whatever.
Don't stick
It's
around
easier
because
to
you're
say
comfortable either.
than done, you know.
Yeah.
Because she asked her mom in the movie, she's like, "Why did you stay with him?" She was like, "It was easier to stay than leave."
Yeah. Don't think just because it's easier, just because it's comfortable to stay.
But she was like, "I'm so proud of you for being able to do what I couldn't do."
I'm not saying go and break up with him because like you feel like the relationship's bad.
Right. Or because like
but if you're
bored or something like
because you're bored. That's just some then how about you put a little more effort on doing something together?
Right. You know.
That's why I feel like even with a child, like those nights out could do something, or going on vacation, all three of you guys together. It's just like do something.
And this goes for both ways. You know, I know in the perspective of the movie and the way we're talking, it's the men being the abuser, but it can go the other way around too.
Yeah.
And
it could be the toxica.
Yeah.
Which that is a lot nowadays, unfortunately. It's like, that movie was about the man being an abuser, but the women are being not physically abusing, but mentally they're fucking some guys up.
Oh,
like really bad.
You know, it works both ways.
Yeah. All these videos that you see and shit.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Man, I follow this one guy where he says he has a shirt that says I actually follow a couple people that they do the whole fuck OnlyFans kind of thing.
What do you mean?
Like they're against OnlyFans.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
And there's this one guy where he puts up videos where like he's at like the last one I saw that she was taking a picture of her food and he put his finger there just to be a hee hee ha.
Oh, and she smashed
she smashes his burger. And I'm just like,
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those, and I've never seen the original because everyone that recreates it does it for the
Yeah.
ha-has, for the laughs and stuff like that. But some of them are actually like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, some people are legitimately that pressed over you fucking around and doing that.
yeah.
Wow, you know?
That's
But-
why I'm just like, damn. And then that's when the other guy who's the channel is it's on. He's like, you should never like stick around for things like that.
Yeah.
You should like get away from it when you can, because all that's gonna do for you is get you problems, get you heartbroken, get you cold. Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you guys think? Let us know what you guys think on the topic. If you guys have ever experienced anything, or you know, that was our little brief talk on that.
All right.
All right, we're gonna get into Am I the Asshole, and then we're gonna play Pick Your Poison to lighten the mood, and we're gonna
Yeah, that's lighten the mood.
get out of here. All right. It says, am I the asshole for considering breaking up with my fiance because he ran away when we were being attacked?
Now, see, let's go back to this domestic violence real quick. I'm not saying that he should beat the shit out of you, but sometimes when he masculine, that's what's gonna save you, because these unmasculine motherfuckers, they're gonna be doing this when you guys are gonna get into a
something
fight.
happens.
Something gonna happen when shit hits the fan. They're the ones that are gonna be running away.
All right, let's read this. My fiance, 24 male, and I, 24 female, have been dating for 6 years. He proposed to me a few months ago, which was the happiest moment of my life. We set our wedding date for this December. However, after what happened last night, I'm seriously considering breaking up with my fiance, and I am unsure if I'm an asshole. My fiance, my brother, and I were all walking back to our car from dinner at a nice restaurant. The car was parked pretty far away as the place was packed, so we had to walk quite some distance. It was late at night, and as we were walking, a person in a bike came to the side of us and stopped us and demanded we give everything we have. My fiance panicked and just ran away. My brother, after talking to the man for a couple of minutes, just the attack, what? My fiance panicked and just ran away.
Wait, it was one guy in the bike attack?
One guy in a bike and two dudes and a girl. Okay. But my brother just talked to the man for a couple of minutes, just the attacked the man, and long story short, okay, that's not right. I'm not stupid. That's just not right.
Okay, so just as he attacked the man?
Yeah. And long story short, my brother beat him up. Shout out to the brother. The man had no weapon. It was just a fake gun. I called my fiance after and told him
we got him. You could come back.
told him everything was fine and that we would pick him up. My fiance still seemed a bit shaken, but I explained to him everything was all right, and my fiance thanked my brother a lot. However, I just felt extremely weird and sort of disappointed that my fiance just ran away. I understand that it was his natural instinct, but just seeing my brother take the attacker down in comparison to my fiance who just ran away, I just feel like I lost a lot of love for my fiance after that night. I spoke to my brother this morning to get his opinion, and he said I should still give my fiance a chance, and that my fiance loves me, and what happened last night is not a normal occurrence. However, I told him I got the massive ick, and I don't think this ick is ever going to go away.
Okay,
Am I the
first of
asshole?
all, no, you're not the asshole. I would dump his ass. Fuck that. First of all, that brother a dumbass too now again, because he should have been like, now in the back of his head, he has to deal with, man, if somebody ever tries to rob them again.
Or if someone ever tries to attack them, my sister's going to be in danger. Because
No, it's not could be. She is, because he's going to run, and then what? Bam. Guy's going to just get off the bike and say, all right, well, free rape, right?
Yeah, so I don't think she's the asshole.
Nope.
I think
You're
a
gonna run away too?
conversation needs to be had.
Nah, you going to run away too?
But
You going to run away too?
I think it's done.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because she's gonna think about this for the rest of their marriage,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's ever gonna
Now
work.
she has to worry about
Not feeling safe if they're out or
not
something.
feeling safe. It's like I know I'm not the biggest guy. I know how to fight, but goddamn, if my wife's with me,
You're not gonna run away.
yeah, I ain't running away.
Yeah.
I'm going down. You gonna remember like, man, we fucked up going for this, people. That's what I'm gonna do.
So I don't think she's the asshole at all, and I think the fiance is a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Oh no. He straight bitch.
Now, I will
Aw,
say
shit.
this. Going back to last week's episode where I said I don't like bitches being loud and all this and that.
Yeah.
If you instigate the thing that happens, like if in this case she instigated it,
What do you mean instigate? Like
she was just pressing the other dude, like,
Yeah.
and the fiance was like, you know what? I ain't dealing with this shit, and just dipped off.
Yeah.
I won't blame him for that. I wouldn't leave, but I wouldn't blame him for leaving.
Right.
Because why are you mouthing off?
Why are you mouthing off?
But in this case, she's not the asshole.
Right.
I think the relationship is finished because there's just she's never gonna forgive him for that,
Yeah.
and there's really nothing that he can do to regain that confidence that anything's gonna go right after that,
No. He needs to like.
unless he fakes an incident where like he takes on the people now or whatever.
No, he has to show her. Now he has to go take jiu-jitsu classes or fucking boxing classes or something.
Yeah. Anyways, let's do pick your poison
Yeah.
and get out of here because you.
I'm good. Here's one for you.
All right. Pick your poison. Have everyone in the room discover your darkest secret,
Or Google publish your search history.
even the private history.
Everything. Everything.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I don't even know what my deepest darkest secret is. And if it's just the people in the room, then fuck, okay, go ahead and know. I don't care.
Now we're gonna make it more juicy.
The whole
We're
family.
gonna tell. Oh yeah, let's go with the whole family.
know my deepest darkest secret.
Whole
The thing
family.
is, I don't even know what it is. So I'm.
But it
curious.
could be something where you're just like, damn, fuck, I forgot about that, and then now everybody knows. Now, right now, like now, I could Google publish my search history.
And it's gonna be everything.
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 Oh, everything. Back then?
Back then and,
Oh,
and
shit.
all.
Well, I'll do the Google publish.
From your first Google search.
Yeah, I don't know my deepest, darkest, so I don't want to make something go back to that where I'm just like, damn, I completely forgot about that. I don't want to remember that.
Right.
So I'm going to Google publish my search history. But like I said, like 10 years ago, y'all going to say I'm
You know
nasty
what?
as fuck.
Yeah, I think I'll do the search history too. Because we've all got some dirty shit on our search history.
10 years ago, you're going to say I'm dirty as fuck. Like
Fuck
nasty.
it, I got nothing to hide.
Like, I got nothing to hide. Just don't look past Thursday.
All right. Pick your poison. Swallow a used condom you found on the sidewalk.
Or drink a bag of blood from the blood bank.
Oh, give me the blood. I'm taking the blood.
What if the blood has AIDS? What if it has monkeypox right now?
Then they wouldn't have accepted it.
You know, that's true. That's very true. I'm going to drink the blood too.
I'm drinking the
I didn't
blood.
think of that.
I'll get my vampire on for one
Dude,
fucking
you
pint
fucking
of blood.
faggot. You going
Like-
to fucking rub one out or something too? You're going to put
Getting
your search history is going to add one more as you're fucking at the blood bank? Emo vampires.
I gotta get in character.
Ah.
Put on some fake fangs and
It's just a bag of blood. You're going to be drinking blood, fake veins, Pornhub with emo girls.
'cause I think I can get into character enough to be able to drink it. You know, I can't. There's no situation where I could swallow a used condom on the
Fucking guy
floor.
right here. Team Edward over here and shit. Shit.
All right.
I was Team Bella, all whole. Hey. No.
All right. I think we're gonna end it here.
Yeah. We'll
Thank
end it
you
here.
guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you guys would pick. Let us know.
Let us know if you guys will go watch that movie.
Yeah. Or if you guys saw it, or if this made you want to go see it, or made you not want to go see it.
Yeah, for real, right?
But yeah, we'll end it here. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys
Go
next
like,
week.
comment.
Yeah.
Go like, comment, and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, all that.
Please. Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Love
Bye.
yous.